different ways of supporting the ones around you as a company, but also as a single person. And therefore we gathered a group of people here who talk about different approaches of giving back to the sport we all love so much. Arguably a sport, but you know what I mean. Okay, on stage for you. Please raise your hand when you hear your name, because I'm not having the order here. From Germany, Denise Herrmann, CEO of Blackriver Rams. From Spain, Berta Gutierrez Diaz. Contest organizer and sponsored fingerboarder. From Canada, Vito Mercurillo, owner and creator of 6Skates. From California, Clayton McCarthy, owner and creator of Slushcult. From Germany, Jeldo Ulz, workshop organizer and the current world champion. And Chris Vargas, influencer, event organizer and sponsored fingerboarder. Okay, so let's get straight to it. Berta. Events, I think, is the obvious answer of how to support the fingerboard scene, right? I think we all agree with it. It's the most obvious for now. What's your motivation to organize events?
So, where do I start? Just basically, in Barcelona, when I started fingerboarding, we had the luckiest thing ever, which is Blackriver just driving by every year, just to have 5 years straight of Blackriver events. That was crazy. So when Instagram happened, everything just fell apart, kind of. Like, it went down the scene, everybody was like, or quitting, or just Instagram, not organizing events at all. And after that, like, it's been 8 years without events at all in Spain. Like, maybe a meetup where 30 people show up. And I was going outside, like other countries, Rendezvous, Fast Fingers. That was my motivation, like going to events. And it got to a point after COVID that I thought, yo man, we need this back home. Like, let's just bring it back. Like, the scene is there, but they're all in caves, just hiding and not showing up. So now my motivation is to just bring back all that people. Like, we started this past February with some friends in Barcelona. First one, we organized it in a week, and 30 people show up. And then after 3 months of just advertisement, the next one, 200 people show up. So that was like, yeah, it was super sick. So that was my motivation, just have the same feeling as I got the old days. Like, when I was a kid, everybody was just giving everything to me. And now I just have the feeling I have to give back to the kids that are popping up now. So that's my motivation, just get back.
So to be clear, I didn't invent seshing in a park. It's been done many times and it's been executed super well. I think that for myself, I noticed that when it really kind of stemmed from posting content, and there was so many times where people would comment and kids would comment on my videos, and they would say, man, I wish I had something like that near me, or man, I wish there was something that I could go to like that. And realistically, I thought to myself, like, it's one thing to just tell people, like, you can do this. Like, you don't need to be at like a fingerboard store, or fingerboard event. Like, you can just do it. And it was one of those things where that's where it kind of came from, were Sunday sessions, where I thought to myself, like, let's create like this environment where it's no competition. There's no like large, trick contest or nothing. We do friendly games to skate, but it was more so just to kind of get people out, because just so everyone's on the same page of what it is, I will go to a park in a different city one Sunday out of the month and take all my fingerboard parks. Blackriver was graciously enough to sponsor those events, so we're able to take a couple different obstacles and some tables, and it really just brings fingerboarding to different parks around the area, so that kids, who typically wouldn't show up to events because maybe they're intimidated by, people who have been fingerboarding much longer, but it's one of those things where it's a totally free event that I do once a month, and yeah, no, I just think it's like that type of event is just is needed, right? Because there's so many different age levels and skill levels, and even though that shouldn't matter, to younger fingerboarders, it does matter. And when you go to a competition, it's a totally different mindset than when you just show up at a park and you're hanging out with your homies. And yeah, that's where Study Session originated. It was just to be a very simple DIY to show people you don't need anything. You just need yourself, your fingerboard, a couple homies, a couple ramps, and you just show up anywhere and you just session, have fun.
To show up, you can do it in person. Obviously, all you guys already won at that. Supporting the brands that you like, because a lot of those brands are using their business to try and support their lifestyle. And as far as like social media, just showing up, support, like, comment, all that bullshit that everyone always says at the end of their fucking YouTube videos. It makes a big difference, which is why they say it. And also just not being intimidated to interact all the time. Like, comment on every single video, DM us. Like, most of the people, you either have a social media manager, which I'll be honest, most of us do not, it's us. Like, if you DM the Slushcult account, it's me every single day. I answer every single DM, I talk to every single kid. Whether the question is important or not, I will write back. But that kind of stuff, just making that open source kind of community is what we need to have the social grow. Like, for me, social media is not like a huge thing that I'm passionate about. It's a tool to get the word out about the business or about the community, right? So yes, I'm on Instagram every single day, but it's because I know how powerful it is to get the word out so that we can do cool shit like this. It's a means to an end, right? So if you're not super into like being an influencer, or you're not ready to be the leader of a scene, right? You don't need to be the leader, just be a part of the scene, right? Skateboarding has way more skateboarders than it has pros and companies and giant corporations, right? But it doesn't mean that the small skateboarder who goes to the skate park every day isn't just as much skateboarding as anybody else. So just show up. That's literally however you can, whenever you can. It doesn't matter if it's buying a $5 sticker, just show up, right? Like, I grew up going to skate shops every single day and just being that annoying ass kid that went to the skate shop every single day with like $4 in my pocket. But that $4 over time adds up, and that community adds up, and that word of mouth from me going and telling everyone, oh, I just went to this sick ass skate shop, you should go there. Well, I might only have $5, but the next kid might have 60, and that kid spends the money. And it's that word of mouth and that kind of old school tactic of like, you are the community, whether you think you're that important or not. And if, as long as you spread that and you continue to spread that, everything else carries with it. Sorry.
Yeah, I just had a small comment. It's fine. My comment was, yeah, support the brands who support the scene. That's the most important thing, I think. Yeah. You know, like I know Clayton and Vito who were like, you don't have friends, but you know, all of us support the scene, and we invest a lot of time and also money into this kind of stuff, like to help grow the scene and to support the scene and to build a culture. And then it's also cool if people just spend their money with those brands who support the scene, because we invest back in it, and there are a lot of people who don't do it, and they do not contribute to it. And I think this is important, and since day one of Blackriver we've been doing this. Like, we sponsor like 100, I don't know, more than 100 events a year. Small events like school clubs, like we send some bolly decks there, you know, just that a teacher can have a workshop with the kids, and supporting the Californian scene of coming here with the team riders and stuff like that. Yeah. And
having a shop open for people to come out and sesh, and you know, we don't charge for people to come into the shop and use the parks, and there's never any pressure to buy anything. You know, a successful day for us at 6Skates is when the shop is packed and people are smiling, and I can't hear myself think because there's so much clickety-clack in the place from fingerboards. That's a successful day from us. I'd rather have that than you know, have a good sales day, because it's all about the people, and it's about the memories that you're making. So well, this is my opinion, but I have found if you can make those memories, then the rest of the stuff takes care of itself, and you know, whatever money is made, we just reinvest it in products and in the community. That's it.
Yeah, to build on what you just said, most of the money that comes in goes right back to buying products from the brands that you guys love. And we can't continue to buy rather large orders of Blackriver unless you guys come to the shop and buy Blackriver or buy any brand, right? Like, I'm not living large, let's put it that way. The majority of the money goes right back into the company. It has for the entire 10 years that I've been doing this. But to kind of piggyback off what Vito says, like, it's not about the money, it's about doing something that you love every single day, and it's about creating a space for people to also do that thing that they love every single day. And that's really what matters. Is, like I said earlier, I grew up living, breathing in a skate shop, and I was probably the most annoying kid that came into the shop every day, but my job now gives back to those exact same kids who come to the shop every single day and are super annoying, and we love it, right? Like, it's kind of, that's our job, to give back to the community, just like it's Blackriver's, just like it's Chris, it's everyone up here, right? So it's never been about the money. If it was, half of the panel probably wouldn't be here right now, because it's way more a labor of love than it is anything else.